So, hello and welcome to another episode of Donald Mackerel Gaming with me, Donald Mackerel. Got a bit of an important one to you today. As you might have noticed, behind me is my massive wall of Xbox 360 games that I have been collecting for quite a while. But it is relevant because the subject matter today it's quite common on YouTube at the moment for people to be talking about FOMO, the fear of missing out. Particularly with Xbox 360 game prices skyrocketing at the moment. It is getting ridiculous. I personally refuse normally to pay over £10 for a game, especially when a lot of them are really poor games that you're not probably going to want to play on anyway. You just want them for your collection. So what can you do about it if you don't want to be paying this stupid money that people are willing to pay, which again is fueling these high prices? This is the main problem. If you're not willing to pay that, how can you get these games? Right, so for me, my first port of call, if it's available and you don't really have the cash, emulate. Just emulate the games. There's no shame in it. They're still the same blooming games. In fact, you can have a really high-end PC running Xbox 360 games better than you can play them on the official console, as it were. And again, all at a fraction of the price. The second way to do it is just wait. Wait and be diligent. You know, the games are all over the place and you don't have to pay the prices that the market dictates. And the market normally is controlled by places like eBay, but more likely CEX because of their blooming scan app, where Tom from round the corner in his little crappy shop can just get on his app, scan what CEX reckon the game is worth, and that's what he puts it on his shelf for. Again, it happens on Facebook Marketplace. You get people with games where I saw one the other day where a dog had chewed the blooming case. The case looked like it had been chucked down. Well, it looked like it had been chewed by a blooming dog. So the case had been chewed horrendously, and they'd still got it up as like CEX prices. And as much as I give CEX stick on this channel, they do actually have a warranty service there. So I think they give you something like 1,000 years and 1 week to replace a game if it's damaged. So if you buy a game from them and if you haven't damaged it yourself, if it's like wear and tear or you pop it open and the disc doesn't read, you've got 1,000 years to take it back. You know, if you buy a game off Facebook Marketplace, that's not going to happen, is it? As soon as that money's gone out of your pocket, it has gone forever. You are never seeing it again. The same with Vinted, the same with all these resale sites. eBay to a point will refund you, but I've had issues there as well. So again, this is why I don't like to go over £10. And you might sort of think, well, how did you amass this then? Let me show you today. So this first one I found in a package on Vinted. It is the Dead Rising collection. I've got all the games behind me somewhere individually. I just wanted this because they're all nice and neat in one little box and it will save me a little bit of room. So I will take those 3 games and I will put them on my second shelves, which maybe I'll show you later if you're lucky. But this cost me £3 on Vinted, plus I think it was another £2.30 post and packaging to go and pick up from my local every delivery shop. So just over £5 in total. Currently in CEX at £20. And again, very, very few of the stores have it. So if you wanted it, that'd be £20 and the store wasn't near you, it'd be another £3 for post and packaging. Or again, if you had to drive somewhere and pay to park up in town, it's probably going to cost you more than £3 anyway. So it's £20 to buy, plus whatever it'd cost you to pick the game up or get it posted. And I got it for just over a £5. So the bargains are out there. The next one we're going to go for, this is quite a famous game for the Xbox 360. I'm just going to show you how rare it is now, where people say, oh, you never see it anyway, it's so hard to get hold of. I bought a copy of it for £10. It is Bomberman Act Zero. It is apparently one of the most awful games ever created. But yeah, I paid £10 for it. Currently in CEX at £28. This was a Facebook Marketplace buy as well, so this one I didn't even have to go too far. It was literally just down the road. Just went, paid a tenner, picked it up. The girl that was buying it off thought I was a mug because I think she had a bundle of games. They were all pretty terrible. This is the only one I wanted. She wanted £30 for the lot, and I said, how much for just that one game? She said, oh well, really, I want to sell them as a bundle. So if you want to buy that one, it's a tenner. Yeah, fine. I will say as well, this one obviously is a used game for £18. That's 1/8. Sealed copy of it. brand new, sealed. So why CEX are charging £28 for that when all you've got to do is do a little bit of Googling online and you can still find some weird random stores that will ship it out to you for £18 is beyond me. But yeah, Bomberman Act Zero. Next one, this is another vintage find. This is Saw 2 for the Xbox 360, which again is apparently quite a rare game. I see copies quite a few times online, again not in stores. So CEX currently selling this for £30. I got it for £7 with post and packaging. That's just under a tenner, so yeah, £9.30. So just under a tenner for something that CEX want 30 quid for, and apparently it's awful. Again, yet another awful game, so don't go out and spend £30 on this. Just bide your time. You will find these games cheaper. This one, again, the games themselves are good games, but this was just remastered horribly on the Xbox 360. But it's something I've been after. I have managed to get it at a bargain price twice, and both times the discs have been unreadable. So finally got a version of it that works, which is nice. Oh, by the way, I do get refunds on that, so don't worry about that. This is Silent Hill, the HD collection, again for the 360. Cost me £12. This was a Facebook Marketplace deal where I forget what it was. I think it was a bundle situation again, actually, where I just asked for a price on that game and that game, for example. This one, they said, would be £12 because it's a really rare game. And I thought, yeah, it is. So I'll quite happily pay £12. I'll break my £10 limit just for this one. In CEX at the moment, retails for £38. £38 for something where you can just emulate the original games. Yeah, again, for nothing really, can't you? I know it's dodgy and a bit illegal, but why would you pay £38 for that? And this is the, as I say, the rough version where they didn't put the smoky, misty effect in, so it lost a lot of the spooky charm of the original Silent Hill games. So I think it is it Silent Hill? Oh, it says on the back, Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. And yeah, they took away all that PS2, I wouldn't call it gloss, it was just technical limitations, but what they did with it made it really, really spooky. There is an extra game on this as well. I can't really remember what it is. It's one of the games, I think it's Silent Hill 2. It's got an extra mode on it that you don't normally get on the normal one. Anyway, yeah, should be 38 quid, cost me 12 quid. CEX prices are wild, and just to prove that as well, this isn't all online buy-in. You can go into certain shops. I don't really see bargains in charity shops anymore. If you do, it tends to be something like you might have a game of Modern Warfare 2 for 50p, just because they've got a few of them there, and you might be able to take it to CEX and maybe get like £1.50 in trade for it. Again, everybody's got a copy of it now, so there's no point picking it up. If you haven't already got it, you'd have to be a bit mad to not have it in your collection. But an actual computer game shop having a bargain is ridiculous in this day and age because of that CEX scan app. You know, that's most places now don't even put the prices on the games. You've got to take it to the counter and then they'll scan it and go, we want this much for it. Blimey, that's ridiculous. You've bought it at a low price. You can't wait until you're ready to sell it and then hike the price up massively, you know, because again, I do collect these blooming things. I keep them. I don't sell them on unless they've already got them and they're in a bundle. This one was a local computer game shop where the guy realised, as soon as I brought it up to the counter, he realised what a mistake he'd made. We did come to a little bit of a bargain, not financially, but in other terms. Because he's priced this at $2.99, and I can show you on the label there, $2.99. It is Wartech for the Xbox 360. What's the little sideline? Senko no Ronde. Never heard of it. I think it's some sort of fighting game, but I knew because I'd never heard of it and never seen it before. I thought, oh, this might be a little bit of a bargain. £2.99. Picked it up. Currently out of stock in CEX, so that means that the price is going to be higher when it comes back in. It's what they always do. They put a price up. When the product comes back in, they bump the price right up because they know how rare it is. But even out of stock, the listed price at the moment is £40. £40 for a game I've never even blooming heard of. Who makes it? Ubi.com? Oh, so Ubisoft. There we go. So it's an Ubisoft game. I've never heard of it. I don't know anything about it. Might be good, might be bad. All I know is it cost me £3 and CEX reckon you should pay 40 for it, which is madness. I will say with that one, the deal that I had was when I plucked it out, and a couple of other games to be fair, and took them to the counter, the guy did scan them on his CEX app, and you could see him just going, oh God, what have I done here? I thought that he wasn't going to let me have them, and he wasn't at first. He was sort of going, mate, I can't sell you these at this price. The agreement we came to, which is I went through his stock and pointed out which games he needed to reprice. I didn't do it for all of them. I just like literally went through his 360 shelf, pulled out 10 games and went, reprice them, because you are going to lose money wildly on those. But again, it's so rare for people to put actual prices on the blooming boxes now. So I do thank him for that. And I am a regular customer as well. I'm sure he probably wouldn't have sold them to me if I wasn't a regular customer. But yeah, all those games. So Wartech, Silent Hill, Saw 2, awful game, 2 copies of Bomberman, and the Dead Rising collection. Most of them less than a tenner, only one of them cost over a tenner, and all of them ridiculous value. What the cheapest one was £20, most expensive one was £40. So if you can't afford these games, if you can't afford the prices, stop paying them. The only way the prices are going to come down is if people stop paying the ludicrous prices, because it's us as collectors that fuel this fire. We're the ones that go like, oh no, I need the game, and I'll pay anything for it. There's people out there that have got like 5 or 6 copies of a game because they know that they're going to get rare. They don't want to play on them, they don't want to use them, they just want to make fools out of like me and you, basically. They want to make us into mugs. They want us to fund their blooming shilling lifestyle. Sod that. Just don't buy the games. Let them rot in their attics and the price will soon come down. The other thing is as well, digital now. You can buy a lot of games digitally. I know I'm a physical collector. I do collect digitally as well. In fact, if anything, I know there's a lot of furore about digital games where they say, oh yeah, but you never actually own the game. You know, they can take the license away from you, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen anybody download a game and have that downloaded game yoinked away from them. Normally, it's if you don't buy it in time, they'll take it away from you. Like the 360 store is closing down this month, so I am waiting for one more final sale. I've bought a few games already, but I'm hoping they do one more final sale and just reduce quite a few more. I'll be snatching them up. I buy Xbox One and Series X games at the moment on the digital storefront. I buy PS4 games digitally. I think when the PS3 was out, I bought a couple of PS1 games digitally, like the Final Fantasy series, the classic ones. I bought some of those. Never really bought any PS3 games digitally. PC, obviously, everybody uses Steam and things like that. What's the EA one they have now? I forget what it's called. It's not EA Play, is it? It's something like that. But yeah, go digital. It used to be that digital games were a rip-off where they'd be the same price as the physical copy. Companies don't want physical copies anymore because we can sell them on and things like that. So also they can update games digitally and they can yoink them if something's dodgy inside. If they lose the rights to the soundtrack or something like that, they can yoink them as well. So they don't want digital games, so they're making digital games now 60, 70 quid and releasing the same game online for like 50 quid. So I don't even pay £50. I wait for these like fire sales that they tend to have. Xbox are really good at them. PlayStation's really good at them. Nintendo not so much, but they'll do games that like 90% off and they're only 2 or 3 years old. So that's the time when I go and buy them. Anyway, so yeah, that's my little rant. FOMO. Don't get it. Don't have the fear of missing out. Those games will always be available. Probably not digitally. Probably not physically, rather. Digitally, always will be available in one form or another. Again, probably illegally, but there's no harm in that. If you're unable to get a game, and the reason you're unable to get it is because these companies aren't re-releasing the games or have limited the stock of the games, sod them. Genuinely sod them. You owe them nothing. You've already paid lots of money over your lifetime getting these games. I don't think there's any harm in it. Again, I do pay a lot of money trying to get physical collections, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to go out and pay like £80 or £90 for a terrible game. There's games now that for the 360 that are over £100. Why would anybody pay that? Ridiculous. So yeah, don't fuel this fire. Do look after your cash. And if you do want to go out and pay £200 for a game or whatever, do it. It's your money. But I personally wouldn't, and I do think it's a bit daft. So I hope you do heed my advice. I hope you do look around a little bit, find some of these weirder stores where you don't think they might be selling games. Look online. Google is your friend. There's plenty of shops out there that aren't eBay, Amazon, blooming Facebook Marketplace or Vinted. There's plenty of places out there that sell games. There's charity shops online that haven't adjusted their prices. Go and have a look at them, and you're donating to a good cause. So yeah, please let me know if you've had any situations like this, or if you've just bitten the bullet and gone and bought some games at mad prices. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and again, I hope you've taken some advice on. I've been Donald Mackerel. This has been Donald Mackerel Gaming. See you all again soon.